Once again, it's on. Welcome to the Prince 5366. Today I'm talking to you about a young lady by the name of Miss Symone Greene. She's a 22-year-old substitute teacher who has been giving the kids, let's say, some oral lessons. I'm gonna roll the clip. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell me what you think.
Hi, Scott. The substitute teacher in question, Symone Greene, went before a judge just a little over an hour ago. She was allowed to leave the courthouse as long as she was under a curfew and under high-intensity supervision. We want to show you now a picture of Symone Greene just before she walked out. She then covered her head with a jacket, and she was with her attorney and declined to comment as she walked away from the courthouse. Now, according to the court affidavit, the 17-year-old victim says he was working as an office assistant in Miss Greene's English class last Friday and flirted with the substitute teacher before giving her his cell phone number. She then texted him, and during the end of an afternoon pep rally, the 17-year-old says he went to her classroom where the two were alone. The affidavit says the teacher then performed oral sex on the student while he recorded it with his cell phone without her knowledge. That recording, according to police, was then shared with 5 of his teammates and a childhood friend. The police have seen that video. Over the weekend, the affidavit says Ms. Greene texted him and told him not to tell anyone because it is not right for a student and teacher to have a relationship. And then this week, on Tuesday, police say they got in touch with the substitute teacher, asked her if they could ask her about an incident at the school. At that point, she then began texting what she thought was the student, but it wasn't. The police were pretending to be the student because they had his phone. We want to show you now a little bit of that exchange. The substitute says to what she thought was the student, quote, "Why is the police calling me?" The officer with the victim's phone then responds, "What, for real? Why they call?" She then writes back, "Yes, oh my God, I'm scared. Did you tell? Please be real with me. Did you run your mouth? I'm so scared. I swear, I'ma cry." Now, the substitute teacher, when she appeared before the judge, was in handcuffs and shackles. She was literally shaking as she walked in front of the judge. She then broke down briefly in tears. Her parents were in the courtroom. They walked out of the courthouse with her. She'll be back in court.
Here's something I can't really understand, is that you have this 22-year-old teacher who has been working only one day, decides to give a 17-year-old boy some head the same number of times that is on his football jersey. This is what was said. You can go back and read it. I'll give you the link. I'm beginning to believe that we should only hire old, decrepitated teachers, because the young ones here, and I'm not just picking on the young, cause we got some old freaks out there too. They you know what? Come to think of it, we just need to do a mental health evaluation on these teachers, because old or young, it ain't gonna make no difference. Are doing some wild things to these kids nowadays. I don't seem to see the amount of concern though when it's happening to a young boy. Nobody seems to really, you know, he's a boy, he'll get over it, blah blah blah. Had this been a 22-year-old man doing this to a 17-year-old girl, then everybody would be in an uproar. I'm just keeping it real. Now, if you have a problem with me being real about it, leave your comments at Prince 5366. But I'm just trying to tell you, there's no concern, to my knowledge, of trying to make sure that we protect these young men that are being molested in school, because it's occurring all the time. You got these teachers, I don't know what's going on in their mind, but every time you turn on the TV, they're doing something to some of these young men. And I know what a lot of y'all gonna say, you know, he's a 17-year-old boy, he did this, and he probably, you know, had something to do with it, this and that. Hey, he's still underage, this girl is of age, so deal with it. But like I said, make sure you leave me your comments at the Prince 5366. I really would like to hear what you have to say about this, and I'm out.